Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Thandiola. I am a South African tarot reader. This will be the first edition of these kinds of things, what you see from tarot readers where we blast out a message and we just start going in, pulling cards with some random messaging. I tried to steer clear from doing something like this because as an intro about my energy, I really hate clickbaiting and I'm really trying to be fully intentional about this. I obviously want to make this into a career, something I can earn money with, but I would like to keep the intention of uplifting, evolving, and connecting. For this specific reading, for the specific channeling, and as with any of the channelings that I do from here on out, I seek to bridge that gap between me as the reader and you as the viewer by making sure that I only read on energies that I'm processing myself. So if I'm reading on something, as for example, the title of this video reads, a revisiting of the past, you and someone have unfinished business, it is highly, highly likely that I'm processing the energy myself or someone else in my community is processing the energy as well. So getting right into the vibe that I've felt inspired to start this live stream with. There's a lot of unfinished business I'm feeling, not just around me, but around a lot of other people in my community. This may be between you and some past romantic relationship, a friendship, or a past work situation, so that the energy between you and this person is personal, and it whatever this energy is, whatever the situation is, it had an effect on your well-being in some way. It had a command over your energy. It affected the way that you think and felt, the way that you thought and felt at the time. And it may be possible that it coming up now again is affecting the way that you feel, even if you want to deny that it doesn't. And I feel like that's an important string that I just mentioned now. You may feel drawn to be in denial about the way that it affects you because of how far in the past this situation was or is being unearthed from. The specific revisiting of this specific past feels like it's from a very long time ago, from such a long time ago that it's very surprising that it's coming out right now. It's something that you should stay curious about. Remain open to the things that it brings up inside of you. There are things, I feel like I have to emphasize this. It is not a good idea to try to suppress or immediately, like the second this past thing comes up, it's not a good idea to immediately deny the fact that it can affect you. I believe that the reason all of these things are coming up is because either this business that is unfinished between you and this situation or person, it stopped when it did because it was no longer helpful for you, and it's coming back because it will be helpful for you now. Or whenever it is that it ended, it merged with your energetic field and created an imprint. It ended, but the imprint that it had on your energetic field is still there. That imprint is still there, and this past is coming back so that the imprint can be properly cleared out. Either way, it's work that can be done through the help of your awareness, which is why it's really important for you not to suppress or to immediately, what's the word? To like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. No, it's a huge deal. It's actually a huge, huge deal. especially because of how this past situation was something that used to be a big deal to you. It was a big deal. Just because it isn't a big deal now, and it's been a long time lapse between when it last was a big deal, it doesn't mean that it's just, whatever. Time does its work in affecting the way that things affect you. But it's your awareness that still has to play a part in all of this. So I'm going to pull some cards to try to get some clarity on what the reason is that this past thing came up. Also bearing in mind that this is something that I am affected by right now too. So I'm with you. We are about to see what is happening. I just want to... Sorry, I forgot that I'd have to tune into the live reading myself via my PC to check that it works. In the meantime, I hope that you're doing okay. I hope that the revisiting of this past thing doesn't affect too much your vibe, your balance. I hope that you can still find... I hope that you can still find yourself. Find your true self, your frequency. Keep in touch with the person that you have worked very hard to be. This is another, I believe it's another reason that this past is coming up. Because like I said, it's affecting, it's like you need to clear out the imprint in your energetic field. But that clearance of the imprint in your energetic field is also for the purpose of making your energetic field stronger, staying more in tune with yourself, becoming more yourself. Because I think that's a challenge that we're all facing right now, to try to be ourselves, to be really ourselves beyond our hopes and dreams. Beyond the things we want and don't want. There's a true frequency that stays true throughout everything you want, because our wants are changeable. Our interests, the things we desire, the things we like and don't like, they're very changeable. But you will always be there. And it's from you that those desires spring from. It's you, that frequency of truth within you, that is supposed to be the main character and the main focus right now. So I hope you can stay focused on that. I hope you can stay connected to your truth through all of this. It's been very jarring for me, this past revisiting. It was extremely jarring. I had a dream about this person who I haven't seen in a very long time, and the way that we connected in the dream tells me for certain that if I don't address this energy, properly, it's going to fuck with me. And I don't want to be fucked with, especially not right now. I have done way too much work figuring myself out, trying to be true to myself, trying to find my true frequency. I have done so much work. So this past revisiting is kind of causing a little bit of panic, because it's definitely it's really going to shift me off my axis. If I end up meeting this person, or if this person reaches out to me, it's going to fuck with me. So time to find the truth. Okay. So we have the Nine of Swords, and then we have the Page of Cups in reverse. So it feels like this past situation that's coming up right now, it had a lot of heartbreak attached to it and a lot of pain. And I think that's the pain that needs to be, that's the emotion, that's the clearance, that's the imprint that we're facing that needs to be cleared out. I'm still not receiving whether or not this situation or person is supposed to be staying in our lives as they revisit. But there's definitely some pain associated with that needs to be faced and released for good. If you are a person who you may have tried to intellectualize the separation between you and this job or this person, this relationship, whatever. You may have tried to intellectualize it when when the separation was happening. It may have been so painful that you tried to make it a brain thing, and That's another reason why it's coming up, because the pain that it caused is not a brain thing. It's a heart thing. I'm going to revisit the page revisit in my own, because I feel like I understand this card in reverse, if I'm not mistaken, before I open the book, speaks of suppressed emotions that are coming out in kind of like weird self-sabotage behavior. If that is or isn't you right now, then it's me holding your hand, because I get it. And I understand when you project from a place of pain and you do things that are, when you do things because you're trying to run away from the hurt, from the way it hurts. I get it. So I'm going to read the sentences that stand out to me. This card in reverse speaks of a siren call into a psychic neverland, right? Fear of vulnerability or failure leading to withdrawal, stultification, or failure. Blocked sexuality causing eating disorders and other problems. Ferocious hidden anger and denial, and emotional immaturity. Please be careful about dealing with this revisiting of the past in a quick way. So this is part of the emotions that I was revisiting before. This is part of the emotions that I was feeling into before and in the beginning of starting this live stream. That when this past situation comes up, or as it did, because that separation, and because when it last was in your life was so painful, your first instinct may be to push it away, to make small of the way that this personal situation last made you feel. And doing that will be a huge injustice to the way that it affected you, to the way that you are an emotional person. It feels like you're at risk of invalidating yourself. Maybe even this situation or this person invalidated you, so that your efforts in trying to be strong and in trying to gain control of the way that it hurt you is by making small of the way that it hurt you. But it hurt you. It was hurtful. It was possibly extremely unfair the way that this separation took place in your life. It probably upended you, like it was shocking, like you didn't see it coming. And there may be, I'm feeling into like this emotion of if only I knew, like it was very blindsiding the way that this situation ended. It was for me. So there were a lot of emotions that I had been denying. But I mean, I feel like I'm also a very emotional person. So I tried to get the whole scope of it. But there are many layers to the situation. And with this card, speaking of a psychic call into the Neverland, it's a lot of subconscious work, clearly. It's a lot of like exploring that part of yourself that you're not very familiar with, that you thought that you had a good control over. So this might spill out, it might like beyond your control. Just let it happen. Let everything happen. Hopefully you don't like run away from anything. I'm very randomly, sorry, please excuse me. Very randomly, I'm feeling into the situation and possibility of you seeing this person, and then you very randomly see this person, and then you guys are you're walking straight towards them, so there's no avoiding them, there's no pretending that you can't see them, and then you have this quick panic of like, oh shit, what do I turn, what do I do? Don't panic, don't try to turn, don't try to avoid. Face head on, walk straight head on, and try to, in that moment, be honest with the way that you feel, be honest with the potential hurt or heartbreak or anything that may come up, and embody yourself, be yourself. There is a user whose profile I'll link in the description. Her name is New Views. She's very good at structuring the feelings at structuring emotional dynamics that people face on a very normal day-to-day basis. So she probably has a video that speaks about what you can do if you are feeling nervous, or what you can do if you're talking to someone who you haven't spoken to in a while who makes you nervous. She's got all sorts of like really helpful, extremely practical tips on how to handle yourself and how to like move the energy in your body in the moment. But what she emphasizes, and what everybody emphasizes, what is the most useful advice, is to drop into your breath and into your body and allow what comes up to come up. That's actually how most of us readers, that's how we channel. That's how healers channel. That's how like people, intuitives and people who are in between worlds, sangomas, that's how they work. It takes a real scary kind of surrender, and then you just let what comes up. Allow the action of you dropping from the head to the heart and into the breath to lead the way. Yeah, there's a lot of I'm feeling into how this whole situation is really just it's an us thing. It's not so much that we're actually even supposed to merge with whatever this past is that's coming up. It's more that we're just supposed to find our true selves, be ourselves, clear through the ache and the heartbreak, tour this underworld, the subconscious, tour the subconscious exploration, and allow what comes up to do its work and change you. Yeah, as per the last live I did, the work is working on us. This is all doing work on us. I'm going to pull more cards. I didn't intend on this to be long, by the way. So, yeah, we'll see comes up with this. We'll see what comes up with this, and depending on what else follows, then I'll either end it or pull one more card. I really didn't intend on this to be too long. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords, and then we have the Knight of Cups, lots of Cups energy, lots of emotions, feeling through things. If you are someone who's not used to emotions and feeling, then I am sorry, bestie. It's time to really feel through the shits and balance the things that are going on in your body. It feels like it's a lot of a heart and a head thing. Your head may be telling you one thing, your heart may be telling you another thing. Your head may be logically trying to convince you, oh no, this past thing has nothing to do with me. I don't seek to reconnect with it again. Your heart might be telling you, oh no, but this is exactly where I'm meant to be. This situation is for me. The reason it's even returning is because it's perfect for me. Da 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 da. You know, the Knight of Cups also speaks of an offering. So this may be an ex. This may particularly specifically be an ex, the return of some ex energy. Which for full disclosure is exactly what I'm experiencing. So that this person may actually like reach out to you, or you may be feeling called to reach out to them. The decision is entirely up to you with this card falling out. But it is also very, very, very important for you to reach into yourself and make sure you are doing it from a place of truth, not from a place of loneliness or yearning, You may miss this person, but it mustn't have anything to do with that either. It needs to be about yourself, your truth, how you ultimately feel. And it needs to also be about the promises that you may or may not have made to yourself about relationships and about love, about what you want in your life. So, for example, this may be a return that's happening in a time in your life where you have actively decided that you do not want a romantic relationship. Then this person, this past lover comes as a test to test that intention that you placed on your life. And that's actually how life works most of the time. You set an intention, the universe answers you by answering the opposite of that to see how badly it is that you are focused and want your intention. There's nothing wrong with changing your mind. If it is that you are walking a path of telling yourself, I don't want to be in relationships, then an ex comes and you decide you want to try it out, then try it out. There's no harm in that. And there's no mistakes. There are never any mistakes. And you know yourself. You do, and you can trust that you know yourself. Don't think too much. That's the other thing that's really coming out here. Dude, this is not a head thing. It's not meant to be a head thing. It's meant to be a heart thing. I'd like to touch into the Nine of Swords really quickly before I move on too far from it, because I realized that, just by the way, from the Intuitive Tarot, Scylla Conway writes her descriptions with a lot more nuance than what is readily available with the Rider-Waite deck. So this deck, this card, the Nine of Swords, I'm going to read what jumps out. We know the obvious: heartbreak, despair, and then the last sentence: may reflect your perceptions and lack of hope, though not necessarily reality. Interesting. So this is a random one that may be confusing for you because, and honestly, it's confusing for me because at the beginning of this reading, I read on the fact that maybe this isn't supposed to be something that returns. But this is why I also really try, and I don't think I gave a chance in this video, but with a lot of us tarot readers and healers, I believe what we really should be doing, and I'm sorry that I didn't do this for this reading, we should be going out of our way to ground the energy before the reading first. Allow our clients, the viewers, to ground their energy too. Make sure that that is the overarching vibe of the reading, so that through that grounding, you can catch bits of what I'm saying that resonate with you and leave the rest. This is a matter of resonance, very important. We're taking a detour now to say that this return, the return of this past lover or situation, may be challenging that feeling of hope. You may feel hopeless. You may feel in disbelief. Like, yes, fine, you're returning, but untrusting. Yes, you may feel like you don't trust that it's returning and you don't trust the vibe of this person and what they're offering, what they're bringing to you. But again, the choice is yours. This is kind of crazy, but your internal world can really influence. It influences your external world, and your external world stretches a little bit into other people's internal worlds to an extent. This is like, it's like the semantics of going on a date, for example, and how you either being interested and flirty and looking into their eyes can lead that other person to think that you like them and so they like you, or you're closed off, you're not flirting with them, you're bored and you're looking other places. They take that as you don't like me, so I don't like you. I hope you understood. I hope I was clear with what I was trying to describe there in terms of how your energy influences other people. What you choose influences other people's choices. So if this offering comes and you choose to return to this person, you choose to reawaken this past, this unfinished business, then your choice may be followed through. Like this person may see, oh, you're interested, so this can actually work out. Or you choose otherwise, they receive, oh no, then it's clearly off, this cannot be reignited, and then you move on. Both of those paths are necessary, remembering that it's only necessary for you to be able to find your truth. That's what all of this is about. It's what it's always been about, is your truth, your soul, your authenticity. If this offering comes and you feel like this person is a representation, or if you feel like they resonate with who you are as a person in your truth right now, if this person is this person's situation, but yeah, it's likely a person. But if this past reawakening is something that resonates with who you are right now, then absolutely full yes, go for it. But you need to be able to know who you are first. I'm going to pull one more card and then wrap it up, because I feel like if we explore any further into the energy of this, that it might start to get really confusing. And this is not meant to be confusing, because this is like I said, it's heart work. We're tapping very much into the heart here. And the heart is where all of your truth is stored. The heart space is where your higher self is where your soul can be found. It's where the true universal frequency of this entire universe is stored within you to be able to understand. Your heart knows the truth, and you should be able to trust that above anything. The Seven of Cups, which is standardly speaks of exercising discernment, and that logic will absolutely not be the best way to decide what the next move is. So it's like you need to look at the situation like this, like, take it very slowly. Don't move impulsively. If you feel something, if you feel like you want to do something, sit on it a bit. Maybe give yourself a certain amount of hours and tell yourself, okay, speak to your universe. I'm going to give myself, or I like to do this as well, but it doesn't always work for me because I'm very stubborn. You have to open your mind up and you have to open your perceptions up to the answers. Tell yourself before going to sleep tonight, or if you take an afternoon nap, because afternoon nap dreams, they hit. Tell yourself, sorry, I keep detouring, or in a meditation. You can sit for a few minutes and clarity will come after the meditation. Tell yourself that you need an answer for this. You need an answer to understand why it is that this situation person is revisiting you, even in energetic frequency. Because like I said, relating it to my situation, there's been no contact between me and this person yet. There hasn't been for years. And honestly, I'm not looking forward to it. I don't want contact at all, because I'm feeling very much that this is a me thing. So if you're not sure, sit with yourself in meditation, or sit with a dream of yours and place the instruction of, let me know what the truth is of this. Let me know why it is that this person or situation is revisiting me. And then your dreams, or your own heart, your own perceptions, your own mind will just come up with the answer. Trust yourself, trust your body as a machine that gives you feedback. I'd like to touch into the Two of Swords energy before closing off, because I feel like that is the energy that's the energy of our decision making. This card I feel is the leader of our decision making. The Two of Swords and the Seven of Cups together. This is the decision itself, the decision making process. So I'm going to tap into various sentences that jump out to me. The paragraph, the description of the paragraph, the title of it says creation or stasis. There's a sentence here that says, it can be seen as the interplay of apparently opposing energies in the universe, which results in life. Ideas spark and fulminate, creation begins, the flash of radiant energy rolls out towards us, transforming us and offering us the opportunity of walking the tunnel towards light, towards divinity. And then there's another prompt here in the paragraph that speaks about how you can work with this card. It says, let the figure tell you how it feels, what has happened to bring about the situation you see, and what it would wish for, both in life and in this particular instance. Encourage the figure, which I think is you, to be optimistic and generous and see if any parallels appear. So I guess take this situation. And it might be kind of crazy, but it might be kind of crazy because of the pain that this situation is shrouded by, the separation and the unfinished business between you and this other. This may be difficult. This may be a difficult prompt because of the pain surrounding it. However, think of the best case scenario. And this is hard. Especially for me, because I'm not in that headspace right now. I don't feel very positive or like hopeful. I'm moving through a very weird shadow period right now. But try to embody your most loving, open-hearted, and open-handed self, and then decide what the most ideal situation for you would be. So for reference, to personalize, my most open-handed and open-hearted version of most open-handed version of myself is still incredibly hopeful that there is an exact kind of match for me. Because this is romantic. There is an exact kind of romantic match for me. Exactly in the way that I request of him. He is awaiting me to give me the exact kind of love that I need. We will connect on a almost telepathic, plane where I will know for certain that he is sent for me. So that the best case scenario for the situation would be for me to keep looking forward and to leave this past situation behind, address the heartbreak that it may be associated with, address the emotions and the subconscious processing that it's bringing up, be honest about the various ways that him coming up again in my life makes me feel, be honest about what we shared, and be honest about the fact that it's over. Because this also, like I said in the beginning of the reading, this is something that was lying dormant. It was like away for a really long time. So I was very shocked when it came up with such a force. Like, I've had him come up over and over again over the years, but the way that he's appearing again now, that dream I had last night was extremely impactful. So there's clearly some shit going on in my subconscious that I need to work through, but I'm making it personal. It's my own work. So to finish off with the interpretation of this, creation of a powerful idea, possibly even a new connection, maybe reigniting this connection. This is a possibility. Stay completely open. That's how I think opening yourself is how the energy, is how the universe, is how God, your soul, can work best with you. So remain open. Don't close off any options, but still hold in mind what it is that you want, what your truth is. You can hold those conflicting energies within you. Opposing forces that can be harnessed for good, convergence, conflict resolution. So it may have been as well that whenever this situation ended, again, very personal, that when the situation ended, you still had hope in you. And you still thought, oh, this situation is for me. Maybe we just need a little bit of a breather from each other, and then I'll return to this situation, this work, this person. Now is your time, I guess, to finally lock it the fuck in and say, no, this is not for me, or yes, it is. Discernment. With this card falling out, I cannot, the cards themselves are telling you there's no way for anyone else to decide this answer but you. I'm going to tap into the energy of this really quick. Opportunities, choices, avoiding decisions due to misunderstanding what is needed, the opportunity to review your dreams impartially and to follow the way that speaks most powerfully to you, not necessarily the most practical. Logic is not the best way to decide the question. So I think we'll require a lot of this process, you see, and the star at the bottom of the deck, which naturally speaks of connection to the self, connection to your divine higher self, and generally shine bright like a diamond, shine your truth, be yourself, you know? And then this card, Three of Discs, fell out without my permission. Like I was picking it up and then it just dropped out. So there's so yeah, with the Three of Discs, this has brought in the possibility of it being a work situation, of it being possibly like a past boss or past work opportunity that comes in that pitches the fact that they want you back, or you're just having dreams about them. And maybe the way that you were at that workplace, that version of you is coming out again. There possibly may be parts of that part of your life that you miss a lot and that are trying to get you to bring it into the way that you are currently living. Maybe you were more happy and more hopeful in that part of your life. For me, that part of my life, I was a lot more creative. I was incredibly creative, actually. I was drawing a lot. I was singing a lot. I was dreaming a lot. So that may be the version of myself that's trying to creep its way through this ex-lover that's returning in my subconscious. And then beneath the star, we have the Seven of Rods. So there's success, Six of Rods, I mean. So there's success either way, which is very comforting. It's like no matter what you choose, all is well. So good luck with processing these energies. And I'm speaking to myself, speaking to my own self. Good luck to us all. It is very complicated when heavy, sticky past situations return. It's a very challenging test. It is a huge test of integrity and of your truth, who you've worked so hard to become, the potential of all of that unraveling. It's very messy. So I'm with you. My heart is with you. But as the cards are saying, with the Six of Rods, with the star, and with everything else, you are totally in control of your situation, more than I think you realize. It's totally and completely up to you. And hopefully whatever decision you make it from a place of love and prioritizing your truth, your authenticity, my favorite words, and the really divine, joyful life that you deserve to lead. Thank you for watching. I hope that this was helpful. I really placed the intention on that this would be helpful to clear out any potential confusion, although it possibly may have made you more confused. But trust that the answer will come. Yeah. Thank you again.